All right, so I am not of the belief that if you never play basketball or you never coach basketball, you can't give constructive criticism to a coach or a player. Like, I think that no matter what walk in life you're in, you can give constructive criticism to almost anybody if it's constructive and if it's rational. But unfortunately, when it comes to Greg Popovich, it's very hard for me to decipher through those who have legit criticism and those who just straight up just hate the guy.
I want some rest.
So I have a default approach when it comes to Popovich, okay? This is my default setting because I really do think that he's a phenomenal coach. I don't get too upset. I can give some constructive criticism. I can say, oh, I think the lineup might be a little bit better here. We can look at analytics and say, oh, this specific lineup, it seems like they work the best together. So hopefully Pop makes those adjustments. But when people go out of their way to say Popovich can't coach or he's garbage, he's trash, get rid of him, fire him, I just sit back and I'm like, I don't really know what exactly you're basing this off of. If we're talking about subjectivity from other players, they absolutely love Popovich, okay? And yeah, can Popovich be a little cringy sometimes, which we'll talk about? Yeah, sure, he can be a little cringy sometimes. But overall, I think that Popovich as a coach, you don't necessarily get better than Pop. And you even have guys like Victor Wembanyama coming out and saying he has immense respect for Popovich and the coaching staff, and he believes in the coaching staff, and we'll probably go live one of these days and go over some of those videos. But just overall, I don't necessarily see where it's coming from other than spite at times, you know what I mean? And I would sit back and be completely honest and saying, hey, Popovich got to go. He's not doing his job well, if I truly did believe that, but I don't. I think that overall Popovich has done a really good job for the hand that was dealt after the whole Kawhi Leonard situation. Obviously, I think he's done a really good job. I don't know where this criticism necessarily comes from. If we're just looking at win-loss, I do understand that. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's not like Popovich hasn't adjusted to the lineups that he's had. He has. He's always adjusted. And if he was one of those guys that were just stuck in his ways when it comes to the offense and not necessarily thinking outside the box, I would be quick to say, Popovich probably needs to go. But he's a rare occasion, very rare occasion of an older coach that continuously adjusts with time. I think that he is very rare in that regard. And we are very lucky to have Popovich on this team. Now, with that being said, I just wanted to go over this video. I had it on the screen, obviously, this entire time, and I did not talk about it. But DeMar DeRozan has something to say about Pop, and we're going to look at this. It's only 19 seconds, and I think that is pretty interesting nonetheless. Now, before we do that, we have a sponsor. So I'm going to let the sponsor take it away, and we're going to talk about that for just a minute or two. Just a minute or two.
BetUS, America's favorite sports book, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right, get a 125% sign-up bonus. And to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we are giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
All right, so big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Well, not just this video, actually this entire channel for the season. Means the world to me, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about BetUS. There's so many different things that you can bet on as far as player props, as far as games, as far as statistics, just so much. But my favorite, hold on, let me try to find it, NBA championship winner. And the reason why this is my favorite is because I find this a little funny. Kind of sad, kind of funny. San Antonio Spurs all the way at the bottom. So if you believe that the San Antonio Spurs are going to win the championship this year, let's see. Let's just say you just put in $10. I'm just going to put in $10. Well, my friends, you will win $5,000. If the Spurs won the championship with $10, you will win $5,000. So yeah, so if you guys are interested, please go to the link in my bio. You receive 125% bonus. Link in description. What does that mean? If you put in $100, you get $125 to play with, free bucks. So go ahead on over to BetUS. Link in the description. All right, so let's take a look at this. Where are you? Where are you, DeMar? Here he is. All right, let's listen to what DeMar DeRozan has to say about Popovich. And Derek White, actually.
Oh my God, Pop was on his ass every day. Oh my God, I'm talking about every day. Pop was. I seen Pop being Pop with Derek, but like I said, you see why, because Pop seen something in Derek that shows now why he's, who he is in this league.
Was there something you?
I don't want to be that guy, okay? But I'm going to be that guy. I said from day one, okay? This is back when I was just doing Instagram lives. If you guys remember, I started off on Instagram. I was Spurs Dynasty on Instagram. And back when Derek White was a rookie, all I would do would just go live. I didn't go on YouTube. I didn't have a YouTube channel. Well, I had a YouTube channel, but I didn't use it. But that's all I would do is just go live. And the first thing that I said when I saw him play was I think that he could be our future point guard. So I'm like really proud of myself because of that. But this ain't about me. I'm just being silly. But Popovich overall, I think that he just should get all the praise in the world for how he treats these players, what comes out of it. And one thing that I do want to bring up, and like I said, like constructive criticism is completely fine. And I thought that the one bit of discourse that went completely off the rails was him asking the crowd to not boo. And don't get me wrong, I didn't really like it. I thought that it was corny. I thought that it was cringy. Whatever, right? But I also think that booing Kawhi at this point is a little cringy. But why can't we just say something's cringy without calling for someone's job? That's where I start to think that it's not necessarily constructive criticism at that point. It is just hate, or it is just I wanted him gone anyway for maybe political reasons. Like it always feels like it's connected to something else, and that's where it gets really muddy when you're having conversations with people about Popovich, because you can't have an honest conversation with a lot of people when it comes to it. But overall, I think that he has been a phenomenal leader for the team. I think that there's no evidence as far as like players talking about him that he is like a bad coach or anybody is extraordinarily frustrated. And people try to bring up like LaMarcus Aldridge as an example, which is fine, when he wanted to go or whatnot. But at the end of the day, he didn't. And the reason why he didn't was because of Popovich. And I got news for you. I really, truly do believe this, that because I don't know if you guys know the story, and I don't want to just rehash old stuff or whatever, but the Kawhi Leonard situation. So you guys know that when Kawhi did what he did or whatnot, Popovich attempted to go talk to him. But when he went to talk to Popovich, Popovich went to talk to Popovich. When Popovich set up something to talk to Kawhi, he ended up having to talk to Uncle Dennis. So he was he was kind of stuck there. But I guarantee you, if Popovich had a one-on-one conversation with Kawhi, no telling what would have happened. And it's not many guys like that. Okay, when a star wants to go, like LaMarcus Aldridge wants to go, or even Tim Duncan that thought about leaving, they typically end up leaving. like there's not this happy story that comes out of it, this fairy tale story that comes out of it. But Popovich, for some reason, just the way that he treats players, the way that he comes across, the way that he genuinely cares about his players, he's always going to be a valuable coach in that regard. And as far as the X's and O's, he can make a few adjustments. I think he should be running more plays, because right now he's kind of chilling, still trying to let the guys vibe. Let the guys figure each other out. I don't know why it was so hard for me to say that. And I know that he was going to wait around the 20 mark game, but we are super close to that. So I'm expecting the Spurs to start looking a little bit better, and our record gets so much better, dude. Oh my God. We already knew this stretch was going to be terrible. We were, or at least I was amazed that we even beat the Suns. I thought that those would be definite L's. The only one that I'm the most frustrated about when it comes to losing is probably the Memphis Grizzlies one. I feel like the Spurs really should have won that one. But overall, it's been a really difficult season thus far. But just wanted to bring this up, bring it to your attention that he was that guy. He is that guy. And anybody that says that's in the past, when he talked to Derek White, that's a long time ago, Clint. Derek White was traded last year. He was traded in 2022. And I guess you're just making the assumption that Popovich forgot how to coach within a year. Whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I will get with you guys later. Until next time, man. Bye.